Hey, gorgeous. Welcome to the Hormone Puzzle Podcast. I'm your host, Coach Kayla Smith, CEO of the Hormone Puzzle Society, a woman's health hub for fertility, hormones, and the business of coaching, creator of the Hormone P.U.Z.Z.L.E Method, an infertility warrior, two-time boy mom, and women's health expert. This podcast is for women struggling with infertility, painful periods, terrible PMS, or really any symptom of hormone imbalance that they are ready to eliminate for good. Tune in weekly because we will be interviewing amazing experts in the field of women's health, breaking down those hormone walls, nerding out on nutrition, and having way too much fun. Whether you're just beginning your fertility journey or you've been struggling for years, we are going to finally help you put those pieces of your hormone puzzle back together so that you can get pregnant and eliminate those pesky symptoms for good. Are you ready? Thank you so much for tuning in. Now let's get started on your road to transformation. Today I'm talking with Nicole Burrati. Nicole works with women who want better sex. She's the author of the GEMMA Method and the creator of the GEMMA Secret. She's a writer, speaker, consultant on the topic of sex. Her events are very informative and engaging. She's a gifted speaker on women's health who presents a wide range of topics including sex, hormones, and relationship wellness. Her expertise in women's health is deeply rooted in the mind-body connection. Hey, Nicole, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm so excited for your new podcast and for you to finally be getting your dream off the ground and running, because you've been talking about this podcast for such a long time. And I'm just so proud of you, Kayla, for all of your accomplishments. You've been a huge inspiration to me watching you grow on social media and as we've become closer friends. So again, thanks for having me.
Yay, you're so welcome. And thank you so much for saying that. That's awesome. It has been a dream of mine for a very long time to do this podcast. So I'm just really excited it's finally happening. Yeah. So tell us a little more about you and what you do and kind of how you got here.
Gosh, I've been a coach for women for the past 12 years. I've been working exclusively with women during the childbearing year and now beyond the childbearing year into early menopause and the menopausal years. I have always taken a very natural approach to the mind and body connection and fitting it into the area that my client is working on. So I've worked with clients through fertility journeys, through pregnancy journeys, and most important, my focus has always been on the bedroom. So intimacy, connection, and sex.
I love it. That is wonderful. And so tell me, talking about body image, I know that the fertility journey changes one's body quite a bit. So how would you say that body image really affects your sex life?
Really good question. And I want to redefine the idea of body image changing through the fertility journey, because the fact is that our body changes throughout the lifespan, right? So our 20-year-old body is not the same as our 40-year-old body. As much as in our 40s, we would love to be back in the 20-year-old body or 20-something-year-old body, knowing what we know now.
Exactly. Can you make that happen, please?
Right. I wish I had the magic potion.
Right.
But the fact is, our bodies change depending on whatever the body itself is going through, from a hormonal standpoint, a physical standpoint, and an environmental standpoint. Throw in a fertility journey, whether it's natural or in a lab, our bodies change because that's what our bodies need in order to make a baby. Now, as women, with all of these messages from the media, about how we should look and how we should feel and what we're doing wrong to our bodies and what we're wearing wrong and how we're gaining weight and we're supposed to look a certain way. That's, what do we do with that as women? We take that information and we bring it all the way down to our very core, right? So we look in the mirror and we see ourselves as a fertility patient, and we're using the drugs to, harvest the eggs and for retrieval and for transfer. And for every woman going through the journey, we gain weight. Mm-hmm. Even if you were trying to have a baby naturally, your body has to gain weight in order to make the proper hormones and to have a substantial pregnancy. So even if you are pregnant or you just had a baby, your body is not the same that it was or ever will be again before trying to have a baby or having had a baby.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that was a lot of the issue with me is I was just so fit and I thought like I'm so healthy, I'm fit, I'm active, but it was the opposite of what I needed for fertility. And so I love that you say that. The other piece of that is that your body does change, and now that I've had 2 kids, my body's completely different, but I like it almost better. Like I'm in my prime, and so you can have the body that you want after kids. You just have to take
absolutely
to get there. Yeah.
Yes. So having the body that you want and having the body that you wish you had are 2 different things, right? So it all starts in the mind. We have to be okay with where we are and meet ourselves where we are. So the number on the scale may not be our ideal, but it is our ideal in the moment.
Totally. I just completely stopped using my scale. It's like, what is this number? Who cares? Like, how do I feel? How do my clothes feel? Like, it shouldn't matter.
How do I feel in my own body? Exactly. That's where it starts. And, when it comes to body image in the bedroom, I always refer to my favorite movie quote of all time with Julia Roberts and her friend eating pizza in Napoli in the movie Eat, Pray, Love. The friend of Julia Roberts' character says, I don't want to eat any more pizza. I'm good. And Julia Roberts is like, but we're in Napoli. Where in the world are we going to have better pizza? She says, no. I just really don't want to eat pizza. And Julia Roberts thinks it's a big joke. She says, all right, tell me why you don't want to eat pizza. And the friend who's visiting from Sweden said, I'm getting a muffin top. Julia Roberts says, a muffin top? We all have muffin tops. And the friend says, but I'm uncomfortable. I feel fat. I don't want to eat the pizza. Julia Roberts convinces her to eat the pizza and asks her, has your boyfriend ever kicked you out of the room because of your muffin top? And the friend has to think about it. She says, well, no, of course not. And Julia Roberts says, of course not. He has a naked woman in the same room as him. He won the lottery. So let's go buy new jeans.
I love it. Yep. So true. Well, let's switch gears a little bit and talk about food. I love talking about food, and we talk
I know
about
you do.
on the podcast. So tell me if there's any like tricks or any certain foods that are more likely to help you to get pregnant.
I always opt for the foods that are libido boosting foods. So we're looking at foods that contain zinc. For instance, oysters. Oysters are really good for boosting your libido because of the zinc. They're known as an aphrodisiac, but all we know is oysters are an aphrodisiac. They're going to get me in the mood, but we don't really know why. The root to oysters is zinc. My second favorite option is berries, any kind of berry. Berries are going to help a woman balance her estrogen and progesterone. My other favorite foods are anything that is all natural, whole food based. So avoiding the processed foods, avoiding the refined sugars. And there's a lot of confusion about sugars with my fertility clients. They're told don't eat sugar. And then I tell them, eat some fruit as your snack or with your morning breakfast. And they're saying, but I've been told not to eat sugar. There is a difference between refined sugars, anything that's made at the bakery, anything that's white, anything that breaks down from a carbohydrate to a white sugar is a refined sugar and should be opted out of. Mm-hmm. Natural occurring sugars, anything naturally made, so lemons, a naturally made lemon juice, lemonade that you're making at home, a fruit salad, those are your natural occurring sugars. Even bread like Ezekiel bread, it's a sprouted bread. It breaks down, it's a carbohydrate, and it breaks down to natural occurring sugars, where your Wonder Bread, your white bread, is not so good for you because that breaks down to a refined sugar.
Totally. I completely agree with all of those. You know, I talk a lot about zinc, and I do seed cycling, and that's one of the benefits of seed cycling is that there's so much zinc in certain seeds. Mm-hmm. Super important. Same with berries. I love that. You know, berries are so full of antioxidants, which is going to help your eggs be healthy. It's going to protect your body from all those free radicals, all of that. I love that you said that. Yeah. And I totally agree about the sugar. You know, fruit has fiber in it, so it's going to slow down that natural absorption of the natural sugars that are in that. So right. Yes, totally agree with all of those. And I am so sorry if you guys can hear, but my dog happens to be snoring very loudly in the background. So if anybody hears snoring, it is not my husband, it is my dog.
I don't hear the snoring.
Okay, good. A little fun side note. Awesome. So let's talk a little more about certain, you know, if there's any tricks that you have for maybe helping to get pregnant that's not food related, just any like hacks or tricks or anything like that.
This is a really common question. I'm asked all the time, what are the best positions? What are the best times of day? I think that, you know, I think that when it comes to having sex for making a baby, there's love making and there's baby making. And, you know, baby making is very planned. We are planning the ovulation schedule. We're looking at our cervical fluids. We're measuring our hormone stats. But most important is that feeling good in your body, feeling comfortable with your partner. And sure, I have positions that are going to help the semen get to the cervix and into the uterus and up into the fallopian tubes much faster. But really, it starts with you and having that connection. But when it comes to positions, I always recommend missionary and I always recommend doggy style. Mm-hmm. Those are the two best for optimal fertility occurrences.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah.
Time of day is typically afternoon for most women. Mm-hmm. So we wake up in the morning, we're usually not so in the mood. Afternoon is usually when we know we've gotten our afternoon tasks done. The kids are, if you are struggling with secondary infertility and you have children at home, they are at school or in their activities. At night, we're usually too tired. Mm-hmm. For a lot of my clients, they're doing their shots in the evening, and the last thing they want to do is hook up because they feel touched out after their appointments and their medicines. So my go-to is usually afternoon, making a lunch date with your partner and getting it on in the afternoon.
Yes, I love it. And I talk a lot about that too, where I know it's very planned when you're trying to get pregnant, when you're trying to have a baby, but let's enjoy sex with our partner. Let's have a date night. Let's reconnect. Let's hold hands and have some floor play. And then let's make a baby, because it's going to be so much easier and going to work so much better if you come at it from that mindset. So I love that you say that.
That's really important in any journey or any traumatic event, is keeping that connection alive and dating like you dated when you first met. I can go to a restaurant and look around the room and notice who's dating, who's been dating for a long time,
right?
And who's been married for a while.
Right.
The people who are just starting to date and they're in their first year of dating, they're looking at one another. And the phones and the devices and the distractions are put away. And those two people are connecting. They're connecting on a deeper level. They're really getting to know each other. The people who have been together for a while, they're intermittently checking their phones. They're distracted by the rest of the people in the room. And the people who have been married for a long time, they're just on their phones the whole time.
Right.
And just eating their foods, and they're in their own space. But it's an effort after you've been together for a long time to put the distractions away and to reconnect.
And so very important. So I completely agree. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, cool. So talk to me a little bit about, say you're going to see a fertility doctor, a specialist of some sort, and they're advising you against having sex. What do you do?
My first answer, maybe a knee-jerk reaction, is get a second opinion.
I was just going to say, find a new doctor.
Yes. That is an old school train of thought. Actually, the more you do engage in sex, masturbation, orgasm, any kind of endorphin releasing activity is going to increase your chances of getting pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
The reason being is your hormones, your happy hormones, the endorphins, the oxytocin are flowing, and the catecholamines are shut down, which increases your likelihood of conceiving. Second reason, especially when it comes to masturbation, is you're giving your pelvic floor and your uterus a massage. And you're increasing the circulation to that area of the body, so the whole pelvic region and the lower abdominal region. And when we have circulation brought to that area, we're bringing the blood flow to it. It's moving anything that's been stagnant in that area, and it's actually increasing your immune system. And any fertility journey, natural or going to a specialist, is going to favor a natural, clean, healthy, high immune system because it's a safe place for conception to occur in the body.
I love that. Yes, I completely agree. It's so.
And now we hear my dog. My dog is panting and wagging his tail against my desk. It is not my husband.
Dang it.
It is my puppy.
So funny. All right. Talk to me a little bit about the benefits of having more sex if you're trying to get pregnant, if there are any.
So like I said, it increases your immune system. It increases the endorphins and lowers the catecholamines. It increases the oxytocin. But most importantly, it's going to bring the couple together. So I talk about the love making versus baby making. Baby making is very scheduled. It's, okay, we have to get the job done, right? And that type of scheduled sex can be really hard on partners, especially the male partner, because then they kind of feel like a sperm machine.
Right. They feel used almost, like, that all you want me for is my sperm?
Right.
Yeah.
But again, going back to keeping that spark alive, we have to look at love making just for the sake of love making. So just having sex to hook up and to be together and using that as a time where you're connecting, just like the dating couple in the restaurant. So, making that time to include that in your journey is really important. There are a ton of health benefits to having more sex and relationship benefits.
Completely agree. And it's so much fun. So
exactly. Who wouldn't want to have more sex?
Exactly. Let's connect. Let's have some more sex. I love it.
Right.
So talk to us a little bit about your book. I am so excited. I'm excited about your book, and also talk about the recipes in the back.
Yeah. So my book is right here.
For those of you on YouTube, you can see it. But those of you on the podcast, head on over to YouTube and you'll be able to see her book cover.
Yes. So it's very pretty. It's very colorful. It's 550 pages. Wow. The title of it is The GEMMA Method, Sex for the Modern Woman. And it's all about you. So there are no real like positions and techniques and here's how to give a blowjob or here's how to orgasm on top. It's more about you and your mindset. So it really connects those dots of what's going on in the mind, causing and affecting the body, and then the output of sex, the input of sex, and how it affects the woman. So it has a lot of recipes. It's about half of the book, a little bit less than half of the book, is on recipes and hormone balancing. So I have 4 protocols in the book for balancing the hormones, 30-day detox, and then breakfast, lunch, dinner, sides, and even desserts. So, again, avoiding those sweets, but all of my dessert recipes are savory or sweet and are made with all naturally occurring sugars. And all of my recipes are super easy. They've been tested by my family and even my kids and my teenager like my recipes. So really simple, mostly 30-minute meals and really clean, healthy ingredients that will boost your hormones and your libido.
Oh, I love it. And there's so many in there that I want to try. I'm like, I don't know which ones to do first because I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks delicious and that looks delicious. And so thank you for writing that. It's truly an amazing book.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So it was so much fun to write it. I did it in 90 days. I had the outline, I'll be honest, for 2.5 years. And then during lockdown, all of my clients kind of took a break because I mostly work with sex clients now. And so having partners at home and having their children at home or having to work from home, they no longer had the time to work with me. So they took a little break from me. And so I used that time during lockdown, 90 days, to write my book.
I love it. Awesome. So tell us a little more about what the GEMMA Method means. It's an acronym, right?
It is an acronym, just like the puzzle. So the GEMMA Method, G is get balanced by eating libido-loving foods, meditating, mindful masturbation, and sex. So I talk heavily in the book about masturbation and the benefits and how it can be used to improve your body image and really get to know your body and therefore have a better connection with your partner, if you have a partner, and better sex overall. So when we talk about sex, in my book, I redefine sex. It's not just 2 people having sex like we see in the movies, because in the movies, that's actually not sex.
Right?
I don't know what that is.
Fake sex.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. And so this goes with a course as well, too, right?
Yes, there is a course. It's a 14-week course, and the book is 14 chapters. So each chapter of the book is walking you through the week of the course.
I love it. That's amazing. Oh, so fun.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun. It's been a great journey. A lot of great feedback and really exciting stuff.
Yay. So tell everybody how they can find you, how they can get your book, how they can work with you if they want.
I'm all over the internet as Sex Talk with Nicole. I'm on Facebook, social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and the internet, www.sextalkwithnicole.com.
I love it. That is awesome. And we'll put all those links in the show notes. So thank you so much, Nicole. Do you have any final words for our listeners?
All I can say is you deserve great sex, no matter what. And again, if you're told by your practitioner that you should not be having sex, then get a second opinion. And if you are truly not advised to have sex, redefine sex.
I love it. So good. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you so much for having me. I love talking to you, and I'm so excited about your podcast.
Oh, thank you. All right, guys, until next time. Thank you. Bye. Thanks for tuning in today to the Hormone Puzzle Podcast. Check out the show notes for today's episode at CoachKayla.com. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and leave a review. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next week.